State your name.
Good evening, I'm Matanaya John, 800 Tarpon Woods Boulevard, Suite E1, Palm Harbor, Florida, 34685. I come before you today with staff recommendation of approval for a 255-foot tall guide telecommunication tower to be used for Verizon Wireless cellular antennas with the anchor tenant. I have a full presentation I could take you through, or in the interest of time I can abbreviate it, whichever you prefer. But we'll be located, as you heard, we'll be located at 3290 Ross Carter Lane. We're just to the northwest of the Sunny Hill PUD. I have an aerial exhibit if you'd like to see, unless you're already familiar with the area.
Do you have a copy for all of us in the board?
I believe I have 8 copies on it.
8 copies?
Right.
Okay, would you like to pass it on to them so they can look at it?
This is further out, but yes.
Okay, we're sure.
Okay.
I'm familiar with it.
We're at the northeast corner of Fire Tower Road and Ross Carter Lane. And I do have an extra copy here, so you don't have to share. These cables are gonna... As you can see, we're on property that is heavily wooded to the north. We're in a cleared area. I apologize, I'm used to working with overhead. But we are at... The general area you can see is that Sunny Hills PUD is to our southeast and east. We can switch to that. Do we have an aerial on this?
No, we don't have them on.
Oh, okay. I have a closer view, if you'd like. These are actual sheets from our plans. As you can see that we are on the parcel that you can also see in the staff report, the red outlined parcel. But we are heavily wooded to the north, and then we have this perimeter of trees with understory that function as a buffer. So the thought process was that since we have those conditions, it would not make sense to take up additional land from the parent parcel property owner. As you heard, we've received our FAA determination, no hazard to air navigation. At that height, we do have to be illuminated by FAA regulations, but it'll be the minimum lighting necessary to meet their safety requirements. The guy tower is just a thin lattice with guy wires going off in 3 directions. We're in agriculture, civil culture. We meet our setback requirements. We had our DRC hearing on 9/19/17. Staff has issued 2 conditions of approval. We agree with them and will conform to them. We had our neighborhood meeting. You heard that, 9/19 as well. We had 2 neighbors to the north, Mr. and Mrs. Suggs. They did not have an objection to the tower. The rest of the application is in the record. Just quick highlights. We're going to be an unstaffed facility. We're typically serviced by 1 trip per carrier per month, usually in a pickup truck-sized vehicle, so we make minimal to no meaningful difference on the traffic. We're going to be accessed from a 12-foot wide gravel access road off of Ross Carter Lane. We will conform with any Northwest Florida water management requirements in either their exemption letter or a permit required. We'll be unstaffed, will not require potable water, treat sewage, will have no impact on water supply or quality. We're buffered on all sides by existing vegetation. We are in a FEMA firm X zone designation on partially cleared lands, so we're not impacting environmentally sensitive lands. The tower will not create noise. If any of the tenants were to place a backup generator in the event of a hurricane, it would meet your noise ordinances. And the only signs that would be on there would be FCC required Usually a site identifier placard, safety placards within the compound, and no trespassing signs. Not create air pollution. Finally, the last thing I'd like to touch on is we're in an increasingly wireless world. There's a study that I can show you to, or I usually try to get the 911 call statistics for each county. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it for this county. But the national average is 76% of all 911 calls in the U.S. last year came from wireless phones. So as you can see, these are no longer a luxury, they are a necessity. With that, I'm available for any questions that you may have. I respectfully request that the Planning Commission recommend approval to the Board of County Commissioners as depicted in the application and recommended in the staff report for the Commission's approval. I'm available for any questions you might have. Thank you for your time.
Do we have any questions from the board?
Mr. Chairman, maybe one for Brandy. You sent an email that said that here's I think it was like a survey and it was too big to.
Yeah, these are the printouts.
Okay, I'm looking for a particular thing on there. It's like directions to the property, and it starts like over here in the middle of the world, someplace off way over here. And I don't know that that makes a difference, but if anybody read those surveyor notes and things like that, it starts, I want to think, maybe down here to Vernon, and you go out somewhere, and you wind up over there. Why don't we start off with 77 from Panama City or Chipley or Interstate 10 or Wausau or something like that?
If I may, those directions are usually used to help project managers find their way from the nearest airport. A lot of times I've seen them go back to airports, but to find the road, it's literally drive south on 77 until you reach Fire Tower Road and turn left.
I know where it is. I live in the vicinity, but I was just thinking, you got to have directions to get to where your directions start from. It didn't start at the airport or the bus station or anything else. How do I get to where you started from? It's kind of, you want to check that. If it makes it don't make a difference on what your application is. I'm just saying, if it makes a difference, then go out there and look at it.
Saying in the future.
Could you find it?
Yes.
Could you find it?
I know what Fire Tower is.
So,
Are there any other questions from the audience?